Bonjour, bonjour. It's Jennifer, your French teacher in the south of France. And I have a very useful lesson to show you today. And it's not complicated. Just for some reason, it tends to get overlooked and people get a little confused until they're shown how this works and how simple it is. The title itself may be confusing. Le futur proche in the past. What is that? Because we're talking about the future, or are we talking about the past? So you know, the futur proche, that's just when you use the verb aller followed by an infinitive, right? And so all of a sudden, instead of saying I am eating, je mange, we put je vais in front of the infinitive manger, je vais manger, and that means I am going to eat. That's the futur proche. What do I mean about putting the futur proche in the past? It's simple. All you have to do is put the verb aller in the imperfect tense instead of in the present tense. Still follow it up with an infinitive, and all of a sudden, you're talking about something that was going to happen soon after the present moment in the past. So that might sound like that might make things even more confusing the way I just said that. But let's say this. It corresponds in English to I was going to do something, or we were going to do something. Now, how useful is that? We do that all the time in English and in French also. All you have to know is how to conjugate aller in the imperfect. So let's have a look at that. Okay? The imperfect tense. Now, if you haven't learned the imperfect yet, maybe you should go back and have a look at that. But you don't have to be an expert on the imperfect in order to do this, in order to say that you were going to do something. You just have to know how to conjugate aller in the imperfect. Okay, so here are the tenses. J'allais, j'allais, tu allais, tu allais, il allait, il allait, elle allait, elle allait, on allait, on allait, nous allions, nous allions, vous alliez, vous alliez, ils allaient, ils allaient, elles allaient, elles allaient. So remember, j'allais means I was going. Tu allais, you were going. Il allait, he was going. Elle allait, she was going. On allait, we were going. Nous allions, we were going. Vous alliez, you were going. Ils allaient, elles allaient, they were going. D'accord? So let's have a look at the following sentences, which are actually written in the futur proche in the past, we'll call it. Mes amis allaient partir. Mes amis allaient partir. So that just means my friends were going to leave. Est-ce que tu allais m'appeler? Est-ce que tu allais m'appeler? Were you going to call me? You see how easy this is? If I were to put this in the futur proche, for example, then instead of saying mes amis allaient partir, I would have said mes amis vont partir. And that would mean my friends are going to leave. You see the difference? Mes amis vont partir as opposed to mes amis allaient partir. My friends are going to leave and my friends were going to leave. It's just changing that one verb right there. Est-ce que tu allais m'appeler? Were you going to call me? Est-ce que tu allais m'appeler? How about this? Christine allait apprendre le russe. Christine allait apprendre le russe. Vous alliez rater le train. Vous alliez rater le train. J'allais voir mon professeur. J'allais voir mon professeur. Few more examples. Les filles allaient commencer à faire le gâteau. The girls were going to start or to begin making the cake. Nous allions terminer nos devoirs. Nous allions terminer nos devoirs. Okay, so that's not very hard, right? So, what I want you to do so that you can really challenge yourself, hey, if this is a challenge enough for you right now, just learning the imperfect forms and getting that part down, then that's wonderful. You stick to that. But if you already know how to form the imperfect, I would like for you to push yourself a little bit further. So if you are watching this video on the Love Learning Languages French Academy, then that means you have access to a set of 50 practice cards so that you can practice and master this. And like I said, I want you to challenge yourself. So if you have, let's say, whoopsie. So let's say you get to a card in your set of 50 cards, and it says, mes amis, and then of course you'll have a blank, mes amis, blank, partir. And so then, yes, of course, you have to say, mes amis, allez partir. What I would like for you to do is continue the sentence, right? For this one, I might say, mes amis allaient partir, mais ils ont raté leur bus. So my friends were going to leave, but what happened? But they missed their bus. You think you can do that with those cards? Challenge yourself a little bit. Push yourself. Okay? Est-ce que tu allais m'appeler? Est-ce que tu allais m'appeler? Now that's a question. Were you going to call me? Est-ce que tu allais m'appeler? Je croyais que tu... I'm just making this up as I go. Je croyais que tu m'avais oublié. I thought you had forgotten me. You see? Okay, how about this one? Christine allait apprendre le russe. Christine allait apprendre le russe, mais elle a décidé qu'elle préfère la langue de Molière. Well, get those caps off. Molière. You know what that is? La langue de Molière? Of course you do. Okay, c'est le français. So Christine was going to learn Russian, but she decided that she prefers the language of Molière. Donc, le français. Vous alliez rater le train. Vous alliez rater le train, mais vous avez pris la décision de griller tous les feux rouges. Okay, so you were going to miss the train, but you made the decision to run all of the red lights. D'accord? You notice I didn't want to repeat myself. So here I said, vous avez pris la décision. That means you made the decision. Whereas up here with Christine, I said, mais elle a décidé. She decided. Means the same thing. I just wanted to point that out. And also so you can remember that in French, you don't make a decision, but you take a decision. D'accord? Should we do a few more? J'allais voir mon professeur. J'allais voir mon professeur, mais il était, let's use the plus que parfait. Il était déjà parti. Voilà. I was going to see my teacher, but, now what does this mean? But he, it doesn't mean but he already left, because this is the plus que parfait, right? Sorry if I'm getting ahead of you and you haven't learned that yet, but if you have, then you know that the plus que parfait means he had already left. Oui? Want to do two more together? Les filles. Les filles allaient commencer à faire le gâteau. Let's use a reflexive verb in the passé composé on this one. Mais elles se sont rendues compte qu'elles, how about this? Qu'il n'y avait plus de farine. Ah, so the girls were going to start making the cake, but elles se sont rendues compte qu'il n'y avait plus de farine. Okay, so, but they realized, how do you like that? They realized, elles se sont rendues compte that there wasn't any more flour. Voilà. So this, by the way, is the reflexive verb se rendre compte. Voilà. Et la dernière, nous allions terminer nos devoirs. Nous allions, let me keep that on there for you. Nous allions terminer nos devoirs avant le dîner, mais notre série préférée passer à la télé. You see that? So we were going to finish our homework before dinner, but our favorite show was on TV. Oui? Okay. But our favorite, written the American way, our favorite show was on TV. Et voilà. So that's what I would like for you to do if you're a bit of an advanced learner and you have your set of 50 practice cards at the Love Learning Languages French Academy. I want you to get them out, and if you have to write down the rest of your sentence, that's okay. But if you do so, I want you to practice speaking them aloud as well. And if you're watching this on YouTube and you have no idea what I'm talking about and you want to get your hands on some practice cards, just look in the description below and I'll have a link there for you. Okay? Merci beaucoup et à très bientôt.